Well, good morning everyone. Good morning students. In the last class, we have discussed the reported speech, and even my dear friend and colleague Professor Vishwaratya sir has taught you active into passive voice. So today let us talk about the phrasal verbs, which is also important aspect, which is more useful for your examination point of view. Phrasal verbs or expressions phrasal verbs or expressions. Usually in a traditional English grammar, phrasal verb means what? It is combination of 2 or 3 words. In the same way, we use here verb and particle, which will give us a different meaning. Like a combination of verb and a preposition or an adverb. Even phrasal verb can also be called as multi-word verbs. It is also called as multi-word verbs. Then what do you mean by phrasal verb now? My dear students, it is the combination of a verb and a preposition or an adverb See, look at here. It is the combination of a verb and a preposition or an adverb. It shows us in what way the meaning of the verb and preposition can be combined in order to give a special effect in our meaning. Right? Let us go to the examples. Since we were into lockdown many a days, what do you mean by lockdown? For example, this is also phrasal verb, right? To restrict the people's movements to reduce the spread of a disease. Right? Let on reveal a secret. In the same way, reveal a secret. Take off means to remove something. Take up, accept an offer. In what way it is combination? Lock is nothing but this is the verb, down is nothing but this is the preposition here. Right? Let is the verb, on is the preposition. In this word, take is the verb, off is the preposition. and take is also verb here, and up is the preposition. Right, put up with. Another example. Put up with. To tolerate. To tolerate. To tolerate or endure. To tolerate or endure. Look at here, my dear students. Phrasal verbs, they are not only having the combination of a verb and a preposition or an adverb, but at the same time they will give you different meaning in a grammatical structure. That is the reason we'll have to know, right? Though it is for only 2 marks, but we just cannot neglect it. We'll have to study, because every 1 mark is going to add to your percentage in your annual examination. That is the reason it has become one of the important topics. Right, anyways, my dear students, you have gone through the definition of the phrasal verbs or expressions. I'll just erase it. My dear students, in what way the phrasal verbs, right, or expressions will give us a special effect in a language? It is totally based on, as I had already told you a little while ago, the combination of verb and a preposition. Verb means it shows an action. Preposition means it shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun. That is the reason. That is why every grammar aspect will teach us one or the other kind of thing in a language. That is the reason it is mandatory to learn an important aspect for second year annual examination. Right now, look at some of the previous year's examples. In what way we will be coming to know, right? Now, one, a lot of women in Pudukkottai were unable to wait for ladies' cycles, full stop. Therefore they had to dash men's cycle, full stop. They knew that bicycles dash time, wasted in waiting in waiting for buses. Waiting for buses. My dear students, there are three phrasal verbs which are given in a bracket, like cut down, put up with, go in for. Cut down means to reduce, put up with to tolerate, go in for enter the competition. Right. Look at here, my dear students. Now try to understand the paragraph. Try to read the paragraph before going to answer for the question of the phrasal verbs or expressions. A lot of women in Pudukkottai were unable to wait for ladies' cycles. They were unable to wait for ladies' cycles. Therefore, they had to dash. They had to, right, go in for men's cycle. They have to use men's cycle. They could adjust with the men's cycle since there was scarcity of the ladies' bicycle or cycle. They knew that bicycles dash cut down the time. It reduces the time wasted in waiting for buses. That is the reason. So they just could not wait for the bus. Similarly, they had become independent of their own. That's the reason they used the bicycle. So here, right, phrasal verbs will have to use based on a given sentence. Which phrasal verb suits to this sentence, we'll have to add it up based on a given sentence. Wherever the blanks are being given, we'll have to fill them up after observing or looking into the brackets. Right, my dear students, you have taken it down. I'll just move on to the next. Well, my dear students, the number of motor vehicles, the number of motor vehicles in Brazil is growing by dash. Almost as if cars were distributed free of charge to dash. My dear students, in this exercise there are three phrasal verbs. They are all and sundry, put up with, put up with fair game. Fair game. All and sundry. All and sundry means what? All and sundry means everyone. All and sundry means everyone. Put up means to tolerate, to endure. Fair game. Accept and accept. Accepting subject. Accepting subject. See, look at here. In what way we just can fill up this exercise. The number of motor vehicles in Brazil is growing by dash. Growing by, right, what? Yes, growing by. My dear students, one of the answer is wrong in this. Let us remove this. It has to become leaves and bounds. Leaves and bounds. Leaves and bounds. Leaves and bounds. See, what do you mean by leaves and bounds? Leaves and bounds is nothing but growing rapidly. It grows rapidly, right? Right. The number of motor vehicles in Brazil is growing by leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds means growing rapidly. The vehicles in Brazil are growing rapidly in more number. Right. Growing rapidly in the sense vehicles are increasing. Right. Almost as if cars were distributed free of charge. They were used by the people in Brazil. The vehicles were used by the people. I mean, the motor vehicles were used by the Brazilians as if they were being distributed with free of cost, like free of charge to all and sundry. All and sundry means everyone. All and sundry means everyone. So here leaves and bounds. Leaves and bounds. Here all and sundry. All and sundry. My dear students, in what way we just can understand it? The key point is those who will read the text, those who will go through the prose section thoroughly, very meticulously, then only they can be able to go through the phrasal words or expressions. Even some expressions are from workbook also. It's our prime duty to go through each and every line in a prose. Right, well, my dear students, you have taken it down. Let me go to the third exercise. Exercise 3. My dear students, the third example, the criminal. The criminal was asked to run away. Was asked to run away. Was asked to run away, full stop. But the criminal said that. But the criminal said that. But the criminal said that people would people would dash on him if he did so, full stop. He also said that he had dash of working. My dear students, there are three phrasal verbs or expressions given over here into the brackets. Got out of the way. 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 Turn their backs. Turn their backs. Turn their backs. Be hanged, comma, be hanged. Now look at here. Many a times we should know that after seeing some different phrasal verbs, we will not be able to understand, right? Some are very similar. Some phrasal verbs or expressions are very similar. Some are quite difficult. Meanwhile, we'll have to read 2 to 3 times, so that only we can understand what can be the most appropriate expression where it will be suited in a given following blanks. Right, the criminal was asked to run away, full stop, but the criminal said that people would what? Turn their backs. Turn their backs. That's the first answer. Turn their backs on him. I means they will ignore. Turn their backs means they will ignore. They do not accept him. If he did so, if he run away, people start to punish him or they ignore him. They do not care about him. He also said that he had dash of working. Got out of the way. Got out of the way means to avoid to work. To avoid to work for something. I mean to say here, once he became lethargy, very lethargic, once he became lazy, he cannot do anything. As we have a proverb, right? One who doesn't have any work, empty vessel makes much noise. Empty vessel makes much noise. So in the same way, right, empty mind devil's workshop. Once we are used to no working, once we are used to do nothing, we stop working. In the same way, the situation of the criminal had also become the same in this paragraph or in this given paragraph. So my dear students, we'll have to know, yes, we should try to read this and understand. So hope you have understood this expression, right? These expressions in this paragraph. Now I'll erase it. Let us move on to the next. My dear students, here let us go to the next, right? Next exercise. Kannamal had never. Kannamal had never dash to cycle earlier. Earlier, full stop. She was scared of the filthy remarks by men. Filthy remarks by men, full stop. But she dash when Arioli gave cycling social sanction, full stop. Now let us go to the expressions, right? Took to it, comma, mustered the courage, comma, put up with. Look at here, my dear students. Took to it, to begin, to do something, right? Muster the courage means to gather. Put up means to tolerate. So these are all the phrasal meanings, though they are the combination of the verbs and prepositions here. Kannamal had never dash. Had never what? She had never mustered the courage. She had never had the courage to do such an activity in her life earlier. She was scared of the filthy remarks. Filthy in the sense of dirty remarks. Because when women come out of the home or women come out of the house, men started to talk something else. They'll have filthy remarks. They'll start to criticize. That's all. Unless we have criticizers, we just cannot come up in our life. Right? But she dash when Arioli gave cycling social sanction. But she put up with when Arioli gave cycling social sanction. I mean here, my dear students, see, if you take whether she endured it or whether she tolerated it or whether she had put up with this or took to it is the right answer. Why? Because she began, right? She began to use, right? She began to ask the people to use, go for, like cycling. It was a movement. It was a cycling movement. That's the reason they started to it. There was a fresh start. So they had to go for it. That's the reason they started it. Right, my dear students, hope you have understood it. Let us move on to the next. My dear students, next example, right? The election campaign. The election campaign in Umofia. In Umofia was dash. In Umofia was dash. Full stop. All knew that the honorable minister would have dash, have a dash. The phrasal verbs or expressions are in a soup, comma, landslide victory. Next, in full swing. In full swing. My dear students, here in the fifth exercise, the election campaign in Umofia was in full swing. Height of an activity in full swing. People were busy in campaigning, right, in full swing. All knew that the honorable minister, Marcus IB, try to remember, the culture minister, outgoing culture minister in the lesson, the voter. The honorable minister would have a landslide victory. Landslide victory means what? Landslide victory in the sense to have more majority in the election or getting the marginal votes in the election. Right? In a soup means in a trouble. Look at here, my dear students, the election campaign in Umofia was in full swing. People were busy. It was complete at the extreme height. I mean, they were involved in only campaigning, right? That's what we'll have to use this phrasal expression, phrasal verb or expression. Only that the honorable minister would have a landslide victory, I mean marginal victory. They could not just escape from it. They had to, yes, accept. They had the concept, they had the confidence that they would win definitely in forthcoming election. That is the reason we'll have to, as they had dreamt for winning in the election in their future, so we'll have to use this landslide victory based on a given sentence over here in this paragraph. My dear students, hope you have gone through these. The phrasal verbs, whatever we have discussed today, these are all from previous years. These are all from previous year's question papers, which will be helpful for you people to secure highest marks in the annual examination. Right? Well, my dear students, as you have understood the phrasal verbs today, keep watching the videos of English grammar classes from SGC, Sri Guru Independent Pure Online Classes through YouTube channel. Keep subscribing, keep enjoying. Thank you very much for listening and watching.